everybody! Welcome back to 17 Carat K-Pop. Today's Best of 2023 episode is looking at the best songs of the year so far in J-pop, K-pop, C-pop, etc. Unranked. The official ranking and narrowing down to 150 as opposed to this one, which may be a bit more because I haven't fully made the final cut for some of these tracks yet. Some are on the chopping block still. The final official ranking and choices will be revealed through my newsletter. I'll make it a free entry, but sign up at 17caratkpop.substack.com, and you will find out the second hits your inbox how I finalize this. But it's taking forever to officially rank them, so we're just gonna talk about them in a random order for this guessing game episode. Keep in mind, for the sake of variety, there's a max of 2 songs per artist. No artist can be on this list more than twice. However, solo work outside of the group or work in a different subunit does not count. So for example, Taeyeon could have 2 tracks on here, and 2 NCT 127 songs could be on here too. So 2 songs per artist, but I consider artists as separate from their groups, as separate acts, and subunits as separate for this qualifier. Press pause between songs because I won't break for too long between them if you want to guess what I just described. But if you just want to find out what it is, I will reveal it after I describe it. The artist and title. So play as a guessing game or just play a, ooh, that sounds good, what's it called game. This is subject to change last minute because, again, I pared this down time and time again through draft after draft. I had like 500 in my final list, and I've pared it down all the way from there. So please know it was very hard to do this and understand it's not personal. I try to stay pretty objective about the quality of these songs. So this is not my personal take on what's the best of the year. It's my objective analysis of what stood out to me as a listener of literally thousands of songs a year. With those caveats out of the way, it's guessing game time again. So alright, quick descriptor of each song, and then I reveal what it is. A super fun boy band song, I think is even better than their title track choice. It gives off big block beat energy. Tempest, Freak Show. This noisy song has just the coolest mix of sound effects, the screeching, the breaking, the bass, the percussion, the instruments, and just random sounds alike, all together in this really chaotic in the best way mixture. Extraordinary Heroes, Man in the Box. A touching ballad that's a tribute to past love and this desire to just see them shine. Like, it's okay if I lose everything, as long as I can see you dazzling. Beautiful lyrics. Dawn, Dear My Light. A mid-tempo, 70s inspired but more funky, romantic tribute to a lover. Taeyang, featuring Beanzino, Inspiration. A hip-hop rooted song that is just super fun, and it's both a diss track, a lighthearted jab, but also kind of philosophical and deep, but in a super ironic, just kidding kind of tone. And the instrumental is so unique, and it suits him way better, I think, than his last solo project did. Mark, Golden Hour. A really stirring song about sitting with discomfort and pain, being reminded when you pause, these feelings are flooding in. This part of healing is hard. But he gets through it by using a metaphor about staying on a sheltered little mental island, his little escape. Woods, Journey. A rock song that talks about social constructs and the ability to redefine your world and this acceptance of it. Like, hey, nothing lasts forever, so let's just be ourselves and embrace change, within and externally. Bish, Innocent Arrogance. This song has so much personality and wild sound effects, big GOT7 early day A-era energy. Be First, Boom Boom Back. A J-pop song for fans of SF9. I could also picture Pentagon singing this. Cat Tune, Kat-tun, Wild Rose. Also on here, Eliza, their rock electro-pop gem. Speaking of electro-pop gems, this song I could picture Treasure performing. J-pop boy group Octopath with Lip Service. A dark, sultry song, definitely for fans of Dove Cameron's newer stuff. Haven, Future Somebody. A synth-pop jam that contrasts gloomy lyrics with upbeat delivery. Hello Gloom, Dancing in the Dark. An adorable song with fun chanting, an unexpected rap in verse 2 that gives off Black Eyed Peas energy, singing about just kind of enjoying the moment, letting the chips fall where they may, like you're a toy just observing the room. Stacy, Teddy Bear. A pep in your step kind of song, this big jovial pick-me-up with very theatrical vocal delivery and a really, really interesting, unique tone to the voice of the feature. BSS featuring Lee Young-ji, Fighting. Side note, you should check out Lee Young-ji and Seungkwan teaming up for a cover of Juice by Lizzo. So unique. This song is full of clever lyrics like My MBTI is IDGAF and Thank You Very Much and I Hate You. Epic High featuring Hwasa, Catch. A pop-punk song Avril Lavigne fans will adore about someone doing something unforgivable. No Sleep Club, aka NSC, I Don't Want Love. An incredibly fast, really rapid-fire rap with just a fast-paced video to go with it, rapid freestyle choreography. It is full speed ahead with this electronic rap jam. Sky High featuring Taku Takahashi, Dunk. A feel-good synth-pop jam that feels lighter, more buoyant than his usual work, way more heavy on the synths than usual, but still he goes for poetic lyrics like he has hesitations as numerous as the stars in the sky. Daiichi Mura, Alos, A-L-O-S. This song gives me Disney movie energy. I don't know, something about the instrumental. Miwa Kana. This lovely harmonizing is on a bossa nova style track. Chu and Kim Yohan, Let's Love. This super fun song brings to mind Bad News by Tempest with its very quirky instrumental. Juju, Bet On Me. There are really cool crashing synths to this dark, sinister song with relatable lyrics. Lim Kim, D-A-M-N, Cold. The rapping mixed with sultry vocals, really interesting mix, and it's a pop song, but it has that attractive, hushed tone, too, that is their signature. Only one of Candy Bomb. I might put Chrome Arts on here too. This song is refreshing because this male soloist is on tons of features. He does so many features, teams up with people all the time. He's such a boss. Professionally, personally, he's a mentor. And he likes rapping and kind of talk singing, different things like that. So just have him by himself, stripped back, just singing on his own. Just singing. It's a real reminder of his raw talent, and it was refreshing for him. A nice undistracted example of that talent. J Park, Yesterday. This song continuously accelerates, keeps getting into a rhythm, then changing speed and picking up the pace. Kind of like the pacer in gym class. Did anyone else do the pacer? This song kind of has that feel, only way catchier, with more guitar riffs and that string escalation that is just so well done. Official Hij Dandism, White Noise. This delightfully theatrical romp definitely feels like it was born for the theater. It's a perfect fit for the campy aesthetic of this artist and all of his videos, especially the video for this. Luz, L-U-Z, Ruthless. This song really brings back 90s/early aughts nostalgia. It's R&B with cool brassy undertones, and it was produced by Gray. Yugium featuring Sike, Ponytail. This one you must listen to with headphones, because it goes literally in one ear out the other. Very spatial quality. J-pop, J-rock, J-electropop combination. Ayumi Hamasaki, 23rd Monster. A bass-driven hip-hop song with bells, trap influences, a mix of vibes. Celebratory but low-key from an up-and-coming girl group. XG, Shooting Star. This female artist reminds me of BB, with the R&B trap influences, her lovely voice, that electric guitar though, fantastic. Camo, Mapsy. This trio harmonizes masterfully. They sound so beautiful, so perfect together, and they just add unique personality to the song, individually too. The yeah that's me part makes me smile every time. NCT Dojaejun, Perfume. This sassy song has so many funny lyrics, like backhanded compliments, like, you make me laugh, dummy, and you cute snake, and just like Coke Zero, tastes like something's missing. Mamamoo Plus, GGBB. This Billie Eilish-esque song has some great lyrics that are very funny, like comparing your relationship to a glass of alcohol that shattered, but it wasn't bad. Broke boys never that, bad boys run a bag, etc. Murani featuring Big Naughty, Bad Boy. This angelic vocalist has just stunning riffs. She could sing anything and make it sound beautiful, but whoa, the riffs in this song. Davida, Naughty. This B-side is so fun, with the quirkiest name imaginable, with a lot of stories behind it, a lot of folk tales behind it, and the song is just so freaking catchy. So glad it was the B-side chosen for the video treatment and for TikTok trends. Les Seraphim, Eve, Psyche, and the Bluebeard's Wife. This song starts as a ballad, a really moving piano ballad. Then, suddenly it gets really intense and changes tones completely. And it does keep going back and forth between verses and the chorus of a ballad feel to something way more energetic. Really interesting, free-flowing performance. Juhani, Freedom. This song shows off the female guest's signature warbly voice, which is always captivating. And this female speaker wrote and co-composed the song with help from B.I. Padi, P-A-D-I, Do. This alternative rock song has a big orchestral arrangement, and it was a hands-on collaboration between two powerhouse vocalists, Max Chainman and Ha Hyun-woo, Hybrid. An atmospheric dance song that is just very unpredictable. Suju, Waiting for You. A VV's-esque synth-pop bop with a jazzier tone, kind of in the vein of Red Lipstick by Lehigh. Yon Yon, featuring Gist, Knocking. The best example on this J-rock group's new EP, them thriving with both screaming and with just singing with heavily distorted autotune. So their hyperpop meets screaming rock, literally screaming, the growling mixed with the hyperpop. They're not for everybody, but I love their work. Passcode, Groundswell. This girl group, I think, should be on the up and up. They have their best song to date, although I will admit, not many comebacks to compare it to yet. But this is a strong one, with really interesting unison, high-pitched moments and whistle-laced choruses, so catchier and more unique go-to and not go-to components are put into this song to make it a K-pop standout. Lapulus, Who's Next? Beautiful, strong voice of a female artist paired with a rapper. I don't know how much I could say without giving it away. Sophie Chen and OSN, On My Way. This male artist recently made a solo debut with a great mini album. A standout being, though, one with a cool instrumental, guitar-based, and just really cool moves with his voice. He riffs really well. Ren, Autofill. This song is trot-ish, but I was surprised how much I liked it. Really didn't expect it to be so catchy, but it's very pop-like, while also kind of being trot-ish. Hondom's Maze. This bouncy layered jam has cool auto-tune twists, electronic filtering, electronic touches, the echoey choir. It's really playing around with a lot of synths in an interesting way. It's quite a ride. And when the percussion goes off, ooh, that's exciting. Mirei, M-I-R-E-I, Lonely in Tokyo. This album conclusion is a really strong note to end on, with the rollicking guitars and the great vocal performance. CIX, Color. This girl group's B-side impressed me because I noticed it has clever nods back to a previous song of theirs called Dahlia. The references to being drunk in a flower, the reference to color changes, etc. The symbolism is back in an interesting way. G-Idol, Paradise. I'm also torn. The second G-Idol song I'll put on here will either be Queen Card or Allergy. G-Idol is getting 2 spots, so one is Paradise because I appreciate the clever throwback. Queen Card or Allergy, not sure what to go with. This New Jack Swing song is super funky and just has fun, carefree energy, which goes with this boy group's dancing but still dance ballad style. B2B, Moonride. This emo pop mixes EDM and orchestral sounds, and the B-side I put on here is an R&B-ish one that member Lido wrote that really gets to let their true higher register voices shine. One Us, Erase Me, and the B-side Echo. This really beautiful vocal performance just gets catchier with time. So even if it's not your style to listen to and you like faster songs, trust me, this one grows on you. It's beautiful. Her post-chorus delivery is really the finishing touch. Kwon Jin-ah, Raise Up the Flag. This girl group, a very underrated one, has 2 songs on the list. One gives me From S9 Escape Room energy, like the song Escape Room, with really impressive harmonizing, really dreamy and beautiful. Then the title track is the biggest genre blend. It feels like several songs in one. Craxy, Craxy, New Gudam, and the B-side, Lucid Dream. This song puts someone in their place. Like, I'm leaving, flying away like a pretty butterfly. This is on you if you miss me. I'll just leave behind my scent to make you regret dumping me. It's about knowing your worth. Jisoo, Flower. This girl group's B-side is back in the vein of a previous song they released called Love in Space, only this one's catchier. Whistle Like That by Cherry Bullet. This song starts with a pop R&B feel, then psych it speeds up for these choruses that are super just high energy. It's very fun and unpredictable, starting and stopping, but never below a 5 energy-wise. Gravity, A to Z. This B-side of a boy group took some inspiration from a movie of the same name. And a big highlight on the song, I think, is just the final moments, when you hear the horse clopping away and the standout vocalist in the group's final notes. Monsta X, Lone Ranger. I also, of course, had to put Beautiful Liar on here, which Kihyun also sang the socks off of. This song has UK garage and trap rhythms, mixed with hip-hop and R&B. Lots going on for a very unique vibe. One of the members did co-write it. It kicked off the year as the follow-up single to a different one, and it is one of those classically them songs where the catchy part is hard to pin down. It's just sort of the whole song has different earworm qualities at different points. It sticks in your head. New Jeans, OMG. This super noisy, rowdy, bursting open the door energy of this guitar-filled song is from a J-pop star who is just eclectic and unapologetic. Novelcore icon. This song is for fans of Sunmi's Tail era. Dark, sassy, kind of spooky, Halloween-esque. A soundtrack for what goes bump in the night, with a haunting choir feel. Okay, so it's not really like Tail by Sunmi. That's the closest comparison, though. It's very one of a kind. Imdai, I-M-D-A-I, Dying Message. The vocal delivery of a power ballad mixed with a synth instrumental from a pop gem. Anonymous, ending with a Z, Waterfall. My second choice will be either Eyes or Unbreak. Both are just beautiful ballads. This defiant song from a J-rock girl group has lyrics like, my feelings spill over, gather them, paint the sky, and we dream of a world. Bandmade, memorable. This star, with a hyperpop meets rap vibe, is kind of like Jackie Y, and I really dig her new songs. The B-side nowadays is great, but the one I pick for this list, Fill Me Up, an industrial edge to this hip-hop electro-pop delight from Bryn. 2 members of this girl group co-wrote the song. It's their title track, and it really shows off their unique vocal colors. Some are higher pitched, some have pretty deep voices. It all goes together well, though, and the song is just so freaking catchy. Purple Kiss, Sweet Juice. This mega genre hybrid from a boy group has industrial sounds, R&B, pop, dance, whistling, a strong bass, everything. The boys roar. Also on here, I'm thinking I might put the folksy spin they went for with Horizon. New to them and they pulled it off. This Michael Jackson-esque song is in the same synth-pop wheelhouse this underrated soloist has been working with since day one that I've gushed about on the show countless times. From 20, Bad Revenge. A synth-focused song that is kind of retro and the perfect complement to this artist's general aesthetic visually too. Sonically, it's the perfect soundtrack for it. Goes with his cinematic throwback videos. Key, Killer. This female solo artist, I often mention how she can just sing the phone book or an encyclopedia or something, and she could just make it sound divine. So it's just a special bonus that her album is also just high-quality songs, because she could take trash and turn it into treasure with her voice. But this is not trash at all. Really sweet romantic lyrics, a cute love story, and just about friendship and companionship in its many forms. I'm considering 3 separate songs of hers, one being a very gentle, snapping and guitar-focused number with a collaborator from New East. Bol4, BOL4, Chase Love Hard featuring Minhyun, or I might put on the list Friend the End, or Rome. I've got to pick one song from this P-pop star. They're very different. One somehow mixes rap and ballad inspiration. So it's a hip-hop ballad that his deep voice raps through, but is also put through a bizarre synthesizer sound for the most unexpected chorus. The other is just a very bold and brash instrumental and lyrics that let him just really flex, really show off his ego, play this larger-than-life character. Josh Cullen. The rap ballad is Pecky Seplan. The anthem Fit for a King is Wild Tonight. This beautiful Chinese song just has this message of, I hope you remember me and our special time together, about wistfulness post-relationship. You still grieve the loss of a lover in your life, but the music video hints at a double meaning, with this song also being about the fans, saying please don't forget me in that context. Nene, All About That Day. This song from a trio is really sweet and gentlemanly, with lyrics like, if you let me, I want to hold your hand, and it's about just kind of wishing you could have more than a basic greeting, like that you had the confidence to approach a crush with a better, more memorable, more standout message than OMG hi, but that's all they can muster. It's just a very sweet, shy song. NCT Dojaejun, Ordinary. I'm gonna pick one of these two songs from this artist. One is, it was a pre-release single from this male soloist. Very thought-provoking lyrics that really hit hard, like, it's faster for me to give up on myself than for you to understand me. The other is a B-side I'm considering, a really rejuvenating song about basically preparing to fight till your bones collapse. Woods, the pre-release Abyss, the B-side Ready to Fight. This song sounds a bit retro and in the vein of Finesse by Bruno Mars and Cardi B. Kind of the finesse sound to it, super groovy and fun, plus those kind of high notes that just make you really wish you could sing really well, so you could imitate it as you sing. Good karaoke night choice. The Rampage, Love Will Find a Way. I might also pick Roundup featuring Miyavi. That electric guitar shredding and the fast percussion, it's exhilarating. This underrated girl group, although they're less underrated than before, they've been touring North America this summer, small venues, but still notable ones, and I think they really made a name for themselves with this song. It's super bubbly and happy and joyful, just like the music video. Tribe, We Are Young. This standout Japanese B-side from a K-pop boy band mixes everything. It's an everything but the kitchen sink song, with rock guitars, synths, ad-libs, vocal dexterity, rapping, singing. Stray Kids, Battleground. The other Stray Kids song I'll pick, I have to pick a second one, but I still don't know which one yet. Maybe Top Line, maybe S-Class, maybe Hall of Fame, but it's so hard to pick. This disco funk influence song comes from a honey voice singer from a boy group who, they're still together, but they've been doing a lot of separate endeavors as well this year. Jinyun, Cotton Candy. Songs from a Thai artist who I am just enthralled with. I've swooned over him on the show before, many times. He's of course just very attractive, but so is his voice. There's this lush ballad he just released. He also has an angelic collab with Sean, and then there's one of my favorite songs of the year, just subjectively. The three songs are from Jeff Sutter, Steal the Show with Sean, the ballad Lucid, and Dum Dum. I will definitely include on this list at least one of two songs from this girl group member who's dropped some solo releases talking about refusing to cater to typical standards of female idols. Take Me As I Am songs she made herself with clever wordplay and an interesting new way to call out certain unrealistic expectations of female performers. Hyunjin, I Am Not a Doll, and Love You Twice. This song reinterprets some 70s jazzy elements to be more hip-hop ready. The harmonica outro is just chef's kiss. It's such a mood boost, and the harmonizing as always is top tier. NCT 127, DJ. I also have to pick AO because that song is kind of that alarm sound, that sound effect that centers it is just so NCT. It follows that super acquired taste formula that I just adore so much that makes their sound at first like, I don't know, like the sharp whistle in Sticker, but it really grows on you. So AO is perfectly suited to this group, and they really bring it home, convince you actually loved listening to that by the time you get to the bridge. I mean, Doyeon goes off. So they can do the weirder music. They pull it off, balancing it with less gimmicky stuff, but actual talent. These two songs from a J-pop boy band's album are a cornucopia of sounds, just all over the place, and incredible energy, would make for an incredible concert experience. Super explosive electropop meets rock, pop, rock, electronic joys, one of them being a really cool, intriguing, where is this going kind of album intro. That one is Super Dragons, Are You Ready? Their other song I might put on here, Tap Tap Tap. This collaboration between a male and female has a very one-of-a-kind title choice, and actually drew inspiration from a cartoon called Princess and Princess, which consists of 6 shadow plays, so 6 main protagonist roles you could try on for the day. The phrase they use for the title is also about people just kind of popping into your life, leaving a messy impact, but disappearing in the blink of an eye. Soyoon featuring RM, Smoke Sprite. Other Soyou songs I'm considering, love the saxophone in Till the Sun Goes Up, the dark dramatic synth rock, Bad, and the city pop-ish Gave You All My Love. This song is from someone who is part of an upcoming girl group, so they haven't even officially debuted yet, but they're releasing track videos for each member that are really compelling. This one is in the vein of Hyunjin's work, that kind of rock-inspired sound, with defiant, don't put me in a box, don't make me be perfect lyrics. Belle from Kiss of Life, Countdown. This rookie boy group's debut track is a hodgepodge. Moonbot and dance music, Bollywood influences mixed with a spooky haunted house adjacent scene setter. Very engaging, very unique. Zyker's Tricky House. This super big girl group released this standout B-side. It's kind of got a bluesy riff to it. It's alternative in a way. It's about being so over a past relationship. It's defiant and it's new for them sonically. Twice, Crazy Stupid Love. Also, of course, on this list, I have to put the disco jam Set Me Free. With this J-pop group, a saxophone and synths lead into more synths and pianos. Lots of layers are added as it goes on. Da Ice, Highball Boogie. I might also pick Comedian or the electronic instrumental thrill that kicks off the album, Scene. This group of baritone vocalists are just so powerful. They might not be on your radar because they're not really pop, but really they remind me of Forestella, and they're just well-trained vocally. La Pomme, The Fire. This female solo R&B artist brings to mind Davida, Nia, Nieh, Not Me. This sassy song from a Mando Pop release has very I don't care lyrics, like I play, but I'm still winning first place. Very done with you attitude. The standout on the EP for sure, which mixes punk, pop, R&B, it's all there. Karen Cece, Different. This song is so playful and leans into that retro trend we've seen in K-pop lately with Triple S and TNX, but this is a different group. It's a great B-side. AB6, Eden. I also might put Loser on the list. Loser is a great example of dramatic lyrics, but happy instrumental. I love that combination. So lyrics about darkness comes for me, feel like I'm wandering aimlessly through life, crying out for help. I'm losing in life, but it's a pop song. Another one that we Daehui enthusiasts keep winning over. This smile-generating song, like it's really hard not to smile, prep for a dance-off basically in the video. The super energetic song, the title translates to the blare of a horn or a trumpet, and the rap is so out of the gate, just headbang ready, carefree. Not headbang worthy like intense, but just catching a vibe. Icon, Tantara. I also have to put You on this list because as much as I really loved and considered the B-sides, like Rum Pum Pum, for this list, You and Tantara were just such good choices for title tracks. Just such great, strong reminders. Icon are just back to their old sound, better than ever. Returning to their now go-to Moonbottom style, this song is not shy about the innuendos and leans into that for a fully attitude-drenched, one-of-a-kind song. Card, Icky. This song is a soundtrack for another yeehaw core summer, a very Wild West video vibe and sound to it, and it samples a classic film, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Les Seraphim, featuring Nile Rodgers, Unforgiven. This boy group B-side starts and ends with just such a top-tier vocalist work. He opens and closes the show. The song is very versatile. Ad-libs thrown in there, raps, but still room for just standout vocals, and just fun, nonsense-type choruses. A cool bridge that's brief, but still has room for both rapping and singing. The group members really just have a cool back and forth with each other that's better than ever throughout this album. P1 Harmony, More Than Words. Also on here, I'm gonna put Jump. That I can't wait to hear live in concert someday, and it's another great one for my fellow Kehoe-biased people. This cinematic song is so game ready, so movie ready, clapping and stomping in a stadium ready while you see flames appear. It really is a vivid song. You could just picture yourself in some immersive, climactic environment when you're listening. It pairs up a great powerful vocalist with an iconic J-rock star. Noilion, Noilion, and Miyavi, Raise. This new boy group really impressed me with their pop-punk songs that are just such good jams. There's a more laid-back one in one of the title tracks, then a more high-energy one in their main single, which has super catchy whistling and a bit of the energy of Pentagon's song, Do or Not. Lunate, Voyager, and Wildheart, also considering We Like It. Let's stop the guessing game because there are some artists who I'm still really struggling to decide which song or songs to pick from. So I'm just going to kind of talk out loud and hopefully help myself talk through the options, which you are, of course, always free to share your take on too. Remember, if you listen on Spotify, you can comment directly in a comment box on the page where you see the podcast episode description. Otherwise, message me on socials. Always willing to take your input, your arguments for or against, certain songs included. Anyway, let's talk about some of these contenders I'm really frustrated with trying to decide which one to go with. For the Japanese artist Chanmina, she has a great pop-punk new album with also just some cool rap and alternative stuff too. I think her strongest are Heard Your Trash Now, which sounds like a cousin song to Don't Go, and she's got that singing in a rap-like fashion, fast-paced delivery. It's a pop-punk delight. Then there's the start and stop electric guitar, matching the I don't care what I'm doing improv-style lyrics for the attitude-drenched Tokyo 4 AM. For I've officially decided I'm going with I Am and Hypnosis. After many re-listens, I officially decided on Hypnosis. The piano and the new mysterious quality reminds me of some Kodakumi songs, like Bow Wow, which I love. For a Mando pop rap star, Mars 23, love his new album. I think the strongest are Overrated. Ironically, that's the title, because it kind of gets quiet at unexpected moments, so it keeps you guessing. And the song God, with the in-your-face percussion and so many other strong suits that lets him let out his inner screaming rock star. I have to pick one or the other because the second slot for him is going to go to Gaslight featuring Ozzy, for sure. Like nothing else, one of my favorite songs of the year. It is just so loop-worthy. The chorus is just such an earworm. The song combines Ozzy's wonderful voice with Mars 23's personality and one-of-a-kind screaming and rapping and talk singing, all of that fun personality to go with the zombie-themed video. Speaking of Ozzy, I will pick one of his songs too. I'm debating between Avant-Garde and Not in the Mood. Not in the Mood is a big sonic mixture, really hard to label it, fitting in any particular genre. Avant-Garde is kind of a hip-hop song with electronic elements that has an interesting rumination on Mando pop. He says things like, Mando, this is the way, no ordinary perceptions to break, our future at stake, feeling the pressure to represent the industry by himself. Instrumentally, Not in the Mood impresses more, lyric content-wise, Avant-Garde. For Kepler, honestly, I think the B-sides are stronger than Giddy. I'm torn between Back to the City, which reminds me of Autopilot by Purple Kiss, or LVLY, which has a very distinct feel to it, like the way they went experimental with Mask. For Jimin, I have to pick Like Crazy. Such a classic catchy pop song. When people look back in history, the Year in K-Pop review for 2023 will surely have a snippet of Like Crazy by Jimin in it, a good summative song of the state of pop. The other song I'm torn between Set Me Free Part 2, love how the choir voices swell, and the attitude he brings. But I like Alone too. More profound lyrics about putting on a farce like you're happy and content, but feeling like you're losing yourself more and more, irreparably. For August D, I'm very torn because that whole album is stellar. I did a whole episode about it, shameless plug. I'm thinking Polar Night because I love the quotes about, the lyrics about, stop being so black and white in your thinking. Like, people are not enemies for the mistakes they make. We're not besties or enemies, we're somewhere in between. It's a very nuanced analysis of society's failure to account for nuance. People Part 2 is impressive in the ways it responds to People, a song he released before, and in the ways it uses a sandcastle metaphor for love. Like, love can be built up like a pretty castle, but at the tiniest wave it could all crash down. Hagem also stands out, having cool dual meaning the name of a traditional instrument, as well as just to liberate, to free, about taking on a new identity. And then there's Snooze, with Woosun's beautiful voice and Ruichi Sakamoto's contributions, a very full circle, meaningful collab, because that's Suga's idol. When he was teaching himself rap, he used Sakamoto's instrumentals for practice, so really touching, and for its message about, it's okay to rest, not feel like you've got it all together, pace yourself one day at a time, you're doing great, let out your feelings, it's okay to not be fully excelling the same way other people are, don't compare yourself. You're doing good. I really like Lee Chae-yeon's song Knock, but if there's only room for one on here, I have to go with I Don't Want to Know. Because that instrumental surprised me just how much it goes off. It's such a standout. I think Milia's best new songs are the ones in the old school R&B lane, like I Know Hito and Crybaby, so those are the ones I'm leaning towards. For Meme Tokyo, they have so much good new hyperpop. I think I have to pick ones from the newer of their 2 new EPs though, because they show off some cool new pairings. I really like the duo who worked on Tweed, the opener, but also Rito with Mephisto. That EDM instrumental is everything. For Kid Wine, I love the Dean energy I get from the song Bad Love Story, plus PLHN gives me Hayes energy, so it's like a new Dean and Hayes collab, but also he sounds stellar on All My Love. Speaking of stellar vocalists, the dreamiest songs with the best, or just the best in terms of rap delivery, interesting mix of solemn elements like piano playing with rapping, talk, singing kind of stuff. Quite a personality brought to these songs from Ocean from the Blue, Open Your Mind, and Brother. For Rei Yasuda, her voice is just so striking. I think particularly on Each Day, Each Night, which was a great pre-release, with so much layering, so not just layering instrumentally, but emotion-wise. She also really makes palpable her feelings in Home Therapy and A Beautiful World. For Epic High, I have to include Catch for the reasons mentioned before, so many great lyrics in it. The other one is either going to be On My Way for the juxtaposed lyrics like I'm on my villain arc, but also just call and I'm on my way. Like, I'm gonna be a sucker and be there for you again, even if you are poking me into being vindictive. Like, I deserve revenge, but I won't be that kind of person. I won't stoop to your level. But then God's Latte is interesting. The topic being spirituality, a higher power, just asking really big existential questions. For NCT Dream, they've released some adorable songs already this year, but I have a feeling their best of the year is yet to come. But so far, I love Best Friend Ever, singing about love and going at your own pace in life and being okay with not knowing answers, just living carefree, super sweet, with their typical contagious, youthful enthusiasm. But they also release Broken Melodies, and that vocally is just so impressive. It just shows they don't just have youthful, wholesome songs, but they have ones that are not gimmicky because they add that balance of genuine talent. Like I said with NCT 127, they have the talent to pull off the stranger musical choices. Dust Cell released the rapid-fire anime pop rock type sound Round Trip, Alter Ego is a standout because it just keeps getting faster. It's like, when does this stop? Oh my gosh. But it's fun. And another fun roller coaster is Tulpa. For 17, it feels wrong to only pick one, but frankly I think Super and FML, not their best title tracks ever. The comeback was really top tier in terms of storytelling and the videos, but song-wise not my favorites of theirs. The B-side that really I thought was just so impressive is I Don't Understand But I Love You. So that will be on there. I also love the very theatrical Delight that is their collab with Shingo Katori betting. J-Rock Icons, Baby Metal, really outdid themselves with the super atmosphere setting, operatic, electronic soundscape for this rock and electronic album. They are just thriving. They're excelling. It's just excellent. So I don't know what I'll pick. I'm torn between Metal Kingdom, Maya, Believing, Light and Darkness. I'll get back to you. Moonbin and Sanha really deserved to make Madness a hit, which it was. It was cool to see Sanha rapping in a first, and it was nice that Moonbin co-wrote it, so it was a hands-on effort that paid off. I also love the moody, vibe-setting Perfumer, so I might pick that too. I've got to pick something from Zunia's new album and from Hua Chenyu, both Chinese artists who released just incredible songs. Hua Chenyu especially with the opening number to the album beautifully titled Hope. Such a nice example of his songs doing a great job pacing, like they're really taking their time. His songs can be very long and meandering, but meandering with a purpose, purposeful wandering to different sounds throughout them. Almost like Bohemian Rhapsody, I don't mean at all like the sound, but just like the process of, how did you come up with all this for one song? That's what I imagine his sessions are like. I love both of Bobby's new songs, but I think if I have to pick one, I'll go with Drowning featuring Soul because of her addition. Just adds a unique, smooth vocal to a song that's less about the smoothness and more about a rocky road and the underworld and all that dark stuff, but she adds an angelic tone to it. It balances out his angsty delivery impressively. Kai is just so suitable for hip-hop and R&B. Those songs fit him like a glove. So Say You Love Me, I found to be a standout B-side. But I also love when he just flexes something new for him, like the reggae beats and the synth riff that combine in Bomba. For Bam Bam, I do love his city pop jam, Sour and Sweet. That's right in his wheelhouse. But I also like the vulnerable, delicate quality to his voice that comes out in Take It Easy and About You. For Kingdom, I definitely will have to pick one of their songs, at least. I love the ascending structure of Song of the Wind, but I also love the mix of the orchestral arrangement and just goofy things like the mama-mama-mize in Dystopia. The beautifully voiced, sometimes a cappella group, or practically a cappella, they are just perfect in unison. Little Glee Monster are back. They add a peppiness I didn't expect to Wonder Lover, but Million Miles is the just powerhouse finale. For I really do think I'll have to go with two, because Fanfare is a great A-side choice, but Drop is just such good The Boys energy, P1 Harmony energy, old school hip-hop energy, but with modern pop trends too. Fanfare and Drop, just 100. For One and Only, I'm torn between Open, which is not really punk, but it has some rock guitars that I did not expect, and some attitude. But Circle is a great opening choice that has everything. A trap beat, a mix of guitar and electronified voices. It's like, welcome to the show, here's a little sampling of all the variety in store as you listen. For Dreamcatcher, I'm thinking Demian because of Dami and the leaning into the more distorted synths meet screaming concoction, the rock side of their pop rock more. And they get more into that too with Propose. But I do think I will go with Demian, or Damien if you wanna, well actually me. It's so hard to pick a Juhani one besides Freedom. I have to pick Freedom, but there's one more slot. It has to go to him. Evolution is quite a ride sonically. Starts with a gentle intro, then gets into auto-tune and a can't-miss bass and hip-hop R&B beat, then a pop-punk chorus that is kind of swapped out with a different kind of chorus in the second half. Monologue is new for him in its jazzy style, and it has good lyrics about don't put me in a mold. I love the lyric, I'm hiding like hope in the dark everywhere. Like hope is everywhere even if it's hiding. And then of course there's the super touching Don't Worry Be Happy. Like I said in my episode called Juhani's Journey, in the song Smokey before, he had a children's choir backing him up as he talked to his inner child. In Don't Worry Be Happy, the chorus is all adults, grown up and feeling content like they grew up into kids who took that advice. The J-rock group Scandal released a pair of singles that are just so equal in how impressive they are, and equal and similar message-wise, so I may have to just pick both. Line of Sight and Vision, fittingly, about breaking through the silence you see, reclaiming your voice in this world, not letting people interrupt you, every type of using your voice metaphor imaginable, in references to just staying true to your vision, committed. B.I.'s new album, so freaking good. Wave has a wild EDM instrumental. The energy to see that one live must be out of this world. But I also love To Die and the really boisterous Michelangelo. Beautiful Life is a unique, raspy angst for his voice to go into. He lets the music just guide his voice well. So if I have to pick, I may pick Beautiful Life and Wave, but still thinking. And I gotta pick a new song from Kane Daniels' newest work. Supernova, SOS. He really did not play around with this. These songs are just so suited to him. The Antidote era alt-rock kind of vibe. He's really just found a musical sweet spot, and I really want to just celebrate that and pick at least one of his songs. I cannot pick which Taeyeon songs to pick. Ruby, Guando, maybe Shalala, maybe 404 File Not Found. It is so hard, but obviously at least one has to go to him. I have to pick two from TXT, who released one of my favorite albums of the year, definitely Sugar Rush Ride and Farewell Neverland. Really great contributors to the concept album, staying in theme and also just carrying so much meaning, more than you think. Just a sugary sweet surface, but depth too. I talked about that at length on past episodes, so we'll move on. Speaking of stuff I've already talked about at length, Hyphen's album is a favorite too, and I think I'll pick Chacon for the profound meaning, the context I gave in that past episode about it. The other one I'm really torn about because I love Fate. I've been listening to the Fate intro all the time, just on loop, and the vocals on it are just so heavenly. But I don't know if that should count as like an official entry because it's an intro. I guess it should just count as another song. I don't know, we'll see. Otherwise, I will put Bite Me in that slot, or Sacrifice, or Bills, or Karma. I don't know, I really love it all. Some other songs, really lightning fast, I want to shout out, that are kind of still in runner-up limbo, on a wait list. The Yoo-Hoo riffs are just one of the many details to love in Vash Su's song, Flowers Growing From My Eyes. Don't knock it till you try it. 50-50 with the song of the year, Cupid, of course is gonna be here. I didn't know how to tease it without giving it away. The iconic J-pop group YOASOBI really knocked it out of the park with their J-pop hit, Idol. A best for them and just J-pop 2023. Kim Jae-hwan showing off a very surprisingly happy, upbeat side to him with his collab with Bobby, Lucky. Sue, S-O-U, with the wavy synth rap Genius Complex. Blue and Count, any of their rollicking, jovial rock songs. An OST with profound lyrics that did not have to go so hard, but it does. Tableau, Primary, and Kriz with Black Knight. aespa delivering their usual social commentary about prompting you to reflect, hey, how real is your life really, compared to what you post online in the song I'm Unhappy. Davita's voice is goddess-like and effortless in Ride For Me. Through and Suzo's song, Siren, deserves big club remixes. Vanilla have such a good rock song in Life Sentence. It doesn't waste a single second, just goes from one line to the next without a break. YTT released Finale and other songs this year that lean into kind of a sultry, slow, soulful sound. Melody and Christine released Halcyon and In the End. Great electric guitar and keyboard kind of polished, rock-ish, soft rock I guess, pop songs. Hard to categorize, but beautiful voices, so the piano version as well proves that it's just a good quality, versatile release, Halcyon especially. Minnie and Anne-Marie both incorporate their personal stories and references to their own music into Expectations, and they both have really unique voices that I really like. Tan outdid themselves with their singing in Fix You. Signature brought a cool EDM house music sound to Aurora, but also the comeback had a cool NGK46 vibe in I'm Okay. Holidays, Hollyday, Spotlight, is really cool if you put on headphones and listen to it in surround sound, with the fun rocket ship noises and stuff. Not an easy on the ear song necessarily, an acquired taste, but a noisy, standout introduction to this artist in the Mandopop Up and Down by Into One Ricky Maru. Minhyun does a great job with Hidden Side. There are some very addictive post-chorus parts. The formatting of the song is just well done. But Cube is a good B-side. I might pick two, with the interesting tone switch throughout it and just compared to the other songs. Brassy elements with darker ones. Naktvane, Naqtvane, released the pop earworm Chronic, that I honestly thought was kind of generic at first, but it grew so much on me and now I'm obsessed. Another gem that grew on me is the Jersey Club production Driven Love Phobia by Lonely, featuring Gold Buddha. And lastly, One We really just shine again with vocals that are just so memorable and impressive in Gravity. There are a few more I'm debating, but we've talked long enough, but just know there could be some surprises. 17Carat K-Pop.substack.com. Subscribe to the free newsletter to not miss when the lineup is final. That's all for today though. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and I will talk to you all again very soon. Bye everybody!